If you haven't already watched the movie Aladdin, starring Will Smith, this might be a spoiler, or it could be a guide. So this is a chakra story, just like the series Lucifer. I did a breakdown on that for season 1, and I'll put the link inside of the description box, and I'll pin it inside of the comments. Now, in the series, the character's name is Lucifer Morningstar, who's the devil. And we all know that the devil really doesn't exist. Now, the Bible says that he fell from heaven and now he rules over hell. I, I looked up the meaning of heaven, and it says it's a higher place, the holiest place, a paradise, which is in contrast to hell, which is the underworld or low place. So let's put this in perspective for the energy centers. There are 7 main energy centers within our bodies, and one in particular that sits above our head, known as the soul star, is in the spirit realm. Now that's, and it's where Lucifer, morning star, was ruling prior to the fall. Now the pineal gland, being that it would have to be open, this is the 6th energy center, which governs over and connects unconscious and conscious mind. That would be Lucifer and falling from heaven, going down from the higher energy centers, which is the higher self, back down through the lower energy centers into your lower self, to the lowest, which is the root chakra, the color red, which represents the devil. Then you also have the color black, which represents that there is no light energy emanating from the morning star or the soul star. So all in all, this is talking about your higher self as well as your lower self. So the 2 main characters who stood out to me most were Jafar the sorcerer and the blue genie. Now Jafar the sorcerer, he represents the unharmonized energy of the lower energy centers, in particular the root chakra. Now the energy of that area is based, well, the lower energy centers. The energy of the lower energy centers is based on fight or flight and used for procreation and digestion, and that's on the human level. Now, on a spiritual level, these lower energies have godly powers of creation. It all depends on the road that you choose to take, and Jafar was always seen in fight mode and willing to do battle. This is also the Shango energy of the Orishas, his frequency representing a type of work that's being done in real life or on a human level, and on a godly spiritual level as he brings the clouds and the lightning. Now when Jafar's energy becomes too dominant and he wanted to take over, that's when you see the Sultan, the higher energy, keeping him in his place. But the sorcerer Jafar was dealing with many root issues that he even spoke of, and he wanted to be in control of Agrabah, the human body. The imbalancement of the lower chakras energy centers had become so strong till its manipulation was starting to take over and affect the heart chakra, which was the Sultan. Now the blue genie represents an awakened state of the higher energies, in particular the 5th energy center and even the 6th energy center when harmonized. Now the smokeless blue flame, or rather the tornado he hovers over, is the Kundalini energy from the oil lamp, which represents the pineal gland. Now neurologists have been studying the pineal gland and have realized that there are crystals on or in the pineal gland. And those of us who work with crystals may know that the best way to get energy from them is to wrap them in copper wire. This applies pressure, or to use some sort of friction, hence the rubbing of the lamp to release the power. And the Kundalini energy is the dark energy, the dark power within the spinal fluids and the cerebral fluids, which is the melanin. Now, Jafar's snake staff also represents dark energy, the melanin magic, and the awakened and awakening pineal on a human level. Now, the genie is the most powerful energy, and it stretches from the lower energy in the abdomen all the way up to the larynx, and its seat is in the throat. Now, for the breakdown of the Vishuddhi energy, the throat chakra, I'll have the link inside of the description box, or I'll even pin it inside of the comments. So it's the power of breath. And on the series Gifted, the sister Grace Byers, who also plays as Anika when she was on Empire, she plays the role of Reba, who uses the power of breath. And she's a very powerful leader. Now, Aladdin mentioned to the genie that he looks like he's the master. And the genie said, I don't have the power to will myself free. I'm ad-libbing a little bit because I don't know his exact words. And he says that only the master could set him free. So we have the higher energy centers and the lower energy centers. And keep in mind that the lower energy centers are quite powerful even in their imbalancement. Now, a person seeking approval, control, and power can definitely rule. There would be disorder and confusion along with all of that. So take Jafar, for instance. He actually gained great power, and it destroyed him. But did it destroy him? And then there's Jasmine. It was like she had this fire lit in her when you got on her wrong side. She has the spirit of a tiger, and she's bright as the rays of sun. She's very passionate and expressive, but she's kept hidden and she wants to escape. Now, when she lets go, she's the phoenix rising, and you'll either be destroyed by her power or she'll help you build. Now on to Aladdin, the diamond in the rough. He can go either way, as he sits between the sorcerer, Jafar, and the blue genie. And it's fun to watch him as he's leaping about as if he has the spirit of the Monkey King in him. He's all playful, lovable, and mischievous. Now, by the end of the movie, Aladdin decides which road he's going to travel, or rather, what cup he's going to drink from. And when his ego became too large and was getting out of control, he gave it what it wanted, which was power, control, and recognition, thus freeing himself from the restrictions that were placed upon him for his entire life. He embraced who he was, forgave himself for his behavior and his ignorance. The lower self and the higher self were then united in harmony in the form of a marriage. And the story about Aladdin is truly about the boy, about you. Namaste.